Alright, in this video we're going to be talking about contingency contract, and if you have any questions left after this, leave them in the comments or in Discord. I will try my best to answer all of them. Okay, let's get right into this. So, we have the main stage of contingency contract. We're going to talk about that first. This is probably the most complicated thing to talk about, and probably the main part of this event that you really want to be doing. Okay, so when you actually click on this might seem very confusing in the beginning. Obviously, there's all these buttons here: orderly, compact, contract details, all of these buttons and things showing. Let's take this very slow. So first of all, if you click on details, we have the map for this contingency contract. For the main stage, this will not change at all. This will be all the way through contingency contract for this event, and this can basically be increased in difficulty with these buttons. So how these buttons actually work is if you click on one of these, for example, all enemies will gain 15% attack. Some of these can change between giving enemies buffs, it can also give us debuffs, or other things that will affect the match and make it more difficult for you. So this stage will be more difficult because, for example, when I click on this one, all enemies will gain 15% attack on this stage. Now with this, you can actually select more than once. For example, I can click on this one, I can click on more of them, and you will notice that my contingency level at the bottom will increase after clicking each one of these. Now, some of these don't just give one. For example, you'd expect these to just keep giving you one. For example, 7, 6, 7, 6. If I click on one of these that says contingency level 2, it will actually give me 2 instead. So this is where it makes it a little bit more harder. Each time we go down contingency level, you can expect these to be more difficult. Some of these will be locked away for you. So for example, you can only select one of these for this. So I can't pick this one and this one. You can only select either contingency level 1 for all enemies gain attack, or you can select contingency level 2, which makes the attack even higher for them. Now, if you want to get these, this is where it becomes a little bit more difficult. You have to increase your contingency level to 18 and also consume these points. We'll talk about these points later, but you do have to reach a higher difficulty to unlock some of these higher difficulty debuffs basically. So now I'm on another account. This is my other account I have. As you can see, I've not done anything on here. Now, if I want to unlock some of these other ones, like for example, 6, I need 6 to actually unlock this. I need 18 to unlock this one. I'm going to show you how this works. So if I wanted, for example, unlock this one and get 6, I can click on each of these. Once I get contingency level 6, I will start the match and do it, and then I'll come back and actually have this unlocked. Okay, so now as you saw, I completed contingency contract level 6. Now you can see in the bottom left here, contingency level 6, that is what I've completed. And now I've actually unlocked one of these, which is very nice. It can make your difficulty go higher, and of course with higher difficulty, moves me on to the next part. The most important part, if you go to challenge missions, you will actually unlock rewards. As you can see here, since I did 6, everything above 6 actually is unlocked. So from 1 to 6 is unlocked. I can collect all of these, and I actually get one of these as well, which we'll talk about later, like I said. But you want to be collecting all these rewards. Obviously, the highest real difficulty you get here is to level 18. There's also other things like these, which is if you pick specific combinations of difficulty, you can also get some extra points. You want to try and do all of this. This doesn't cost any sanity, so it's always worth trying to get other rewards. If you can't, don't take any pressure to it. It's not a big deal. Alright, one thing I want to mention while editing this video, I actually forgot about this originally. A lot of people might ask the question, should you go beyond contingency level 18? Now, this is really up to you if you want to go past this, but one thing to take into account is you not get medals for going past contingency level 18, and you also don't get any rewards for going past contingency level 18 that I am aware of. That's why personally I don't think this is worth it. Don't feel forced to go past this. For most people, I think this is more of a flex, so show it off to others, or test your account and see if it's just really that good to go super high difficulties. For me personally, I'm never going to do this. I don't get any rewards for doing this, so I don't really see any value in this. But if you want to go for it, it's really up to you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the training ground and the daily changing stage. So first of all, with the daily changing stage, this is very similar to the actual main stage. But basically with this is, if you have never played it before, you will have all of these things locked. For example, I've played this once before, not got any contingency level on it, as you can see at the bottom, and I've got this section unlocked. Now, if you've played this before, you might have all of this unlocked, or you might have none of it unlocked. If you're wondering how you unlock these, you will have to increase your contingency level. If you're wondering by how much, if you click on this, you can actually see the info. So for example, rank 2, you need contingency level 2. So I can actually get it right now if I did this. And you can unlock rank 3 with contingency level 4. Now, why does this matter? Because you can not only get rewards this way, but you can also get stuff through challenge missions, which is very important. Now with this, like before, you basically get a higher contingency level and you can unlock more rewards doing this. Now with this, you only really need contingency level 8 to complete for you to actually get all the rewards. There is also this like combination of contracts which you can do, which is always worth doing as well for extra contract bounties. Now actually with these stages, one thing I want to mention is these will refresh on a daily basis. If you want to know what they actually refresh into, I will put a picture up on the screen right now. These are basically all the stages that these will be rotating through, and this actually moves me on to the next part, the training grounds. Now, with the training grounds, this actually allows you to basically, like it says in the name, this lets you practice these stages, and basically before they come in the daily rotation, you can try them out. For example, I have not played on this one, but this one will be coming up at some point within the week. I will go ahead and try this on here, and then once it actually comes out in daily rotation, I'll actually be ready because the map is identical. Now some of these debuffs though, for example in this one, these debuffs are not the same as they actually will show up for the daily rotation, which I do want to point out, as you can see here, very different to the other ones. So even though you can't really practice them specifically, you can still play on the map, still the same enemies. So at the end of the day, it is like a good way of training for the stages. And like I said before, if you haven't done them, you can get these extra rewards before that as well. So now talking about the most important thing of this contingency contract, of course, is a secret sanctuary. Now obviously all these points we've gotten from the main stage and the daily rotating stage, we can actually use here. So obviously we have the main shop here. This shop is always in the game. All these items should, if I'm correct, be in the shop forever. And you can get tokens, skins, actual characters as well, which is very nice, and potentials. There is also furniture items, which are my type of thing, but maybe you like them. I personally think this is best value to actually use this contract bounties. Now, if we talk about the actual shop that we get for this specific event, and we'll go away after the event ends, we have this shop. So this will actually give us materials, LMD, and some chips. In my personal opinion, it is not worth buying these unless you are super duper desperate to build an operator. I say that mainly because with these materials, you can literally get them anytime in the game. Sure, maybe you need some sanity and it's going to take you maybe a couple of days to actually get some of these materials. For example, this one. I know it might take a little while, but with these specific points, you don't really get that many. Like you're not going to be able to unlock a lot of this unless you actually spend it in this shop. Personally, I'm probably going to go for the skins and maybe like one of these characters. For example, her. I might get her. I'm not too sure, but that is my personal opinion. Now, one of the last things I want to mention is the actual yellow triangles at the top. Obviously, with these, I actually didn't really understand them originally, so I did ask my Discord. So, if you have any questions about Arknights or anything after this video, even just gacha game related, go down to my Discord. Honestly, we have a great community. If you don't feel like asking any questions, maybe someone will and it will actually answer your own question in that sense. So how these operation agreements actually works, if you click on this, you'll be able to see your total amount of operation agreements that you've gotten in your whole lifetime of this event. So for example, we're on contingency contract 11. This is how many I've gotten through this contingency contract. I currently have 1. So I can actually exchange these at the end of the event for these crates. And with these crates, these will actually give you materials, as you can see here. Obviously, this is pretty nice because it will help you build operators a bit easier with more materials. But anyway, I think that pretty much does it for this video. It's kind of getting dark in my room, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of recording this late. There are also medal sets, which I do want to mention. You do want to try and get these because these tend to not come back. So it's more of an achievement thing. You don't have to get these, no pressure. I've missed out on a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you can try and get them, I do recommend it. It's going to make you feel better at the end of the day. But anyway, I think that pretty much does it for this video. If you have any questions or I've missed anything, leave them in the comments. Maybe even leave them in my Discord as well. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like. And also, if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. We are very close to 3,000 subscribers. Can we reach it by the end of next month? I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you next one. And adios.